Hi there, I am John Colburn, and I wanted to thank you for taking a couple of minutes to learn why I want to be your next representative in Indianapolis from District 70. I want to be your next representative to help reduce the size, the scope, and the power of the Indiana state government. A little bit about me. I was born in New Albany, raised in Sellersburg, and graduated from Silver Creek High School. After graduating from Silver Creek, I attended Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, where I earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Mechanical Engineering. I started my first business, Goodfellas Pizza in Henryville, in 1999. And since that time, I have started a number of other businesses, some successful and some not so much. I am still a member of the Entrepreneur Club, as I own a small accounting firm in Sellersburg, Indiana. In short, I have over 20 years of experience in making a small business work within the myriad of governmental regulations. My wife and I have called Sellersburg home for most of the past decade, and we have truly enjoyed raising our children, Garrett 17 and Amelia 12, within the friendly confines of a small southern Indiana community. Politically, I describe myself as a constitutional conservative and a free market capitalist. Most Republican candidates describe themselves as conservative. However, once we get past the political platitudes and the obligatory catchphrases, we realize, often too late, that they are really only concerned with conserving two things: their political power and their wealth. I'm a different kind of conservative. I want to conserve our Constitution. I want to conserve our rights, our liberties, and our freedoms. I do not want to simply hold the line or find areas of agreement between the 40-yard lines. No more playing prevent defense. Constitutional conservatives are going on the offense. I want to wrest the ball from those that overtax, overspend, and over-legislate, and begin moving back toward our constitutional republic described in our founding documents. The last two Indiana state budgets have been the largest budgets in our state's history. While the state maintains approximately a $2.5 billion surplus, they keep us at bay by providing a pittance of a tax rebate. Well, here's an idea. How about we cut the size of government, cut the size of the budget, and eliminate entire categories of taxes? We can start with eliminating property tax for all Hoosiers 65 years old and older. They have done their bit for God and country and no longer should be required to pay rent to the government for homes they have spent a lifetime purchasing. A man's labor is his. It is not his government's. Conservatives have grown the Indianapolis government to where we are taxed on our labor, we are taxed on our spending, we are taxed on our movement, and we are taxed on the property we own. I want to work with other constitutional conservatives to reduce the size of government and eliminate entire categories of taxes. I do not simply want to slow down the growth of government or even stop the growth of government. I want to reduce the size, the scope, the power, and the overreach of state government. For far too long, Hoosiers have been deprived of a truly free market economy. I will be an uncompromising champion for our Constitution and our free market economy. To learn more about me and to contribute to our journey of restoration, you can visit us on the web at colburn4inhouse.com. That's Colburn, the number 4, the letters I-N, house.com. Or on Facebook at facebook.com/Colburn for Indiana House. I hope you will make all due consideration in choosing the person to represent you in Indianapolis. Your choice has never had greater consequence than it does on May 7th. Thank you for your time, and I humbly request the honor of your vote. I am John Colburn.
Hello, my name is Karen Engelman. I'm running for state representative of House District 70. I am married to Gary Engelman. We live on a farm west of Georgetown in Harrison County. We have 5 children, 10 grandchildren, and 3 great-grandchildren. We attend Oak Grove Church of Corden. I am a conservative, pro-life, will fight to defend our Second Amendment right, a balanced budget, and to maintain Indiana's AAA credit rating. I currently serve on Local Government Committee, Government and Regulatory Reform Committee. I am chair of the House Ethics Committee and assistant floor leader. I have been serving as state representative since November of 2016. House District 70 consists of all of Harrison County, Wood and Carr townships in Clark County, Greenville and part of Lafayette townships in Floyd County, Polk, Pierce, Posey, Howard, and Jackson townships in Washington County. I consider it an honor to serve as your state representative, and I would respectfully ask for your vote in the May 7th primary election. Thank you so much.
Peace be with you. As I always begin, all lives matter. My name is James R. McClure Jr. I'm running for the Republican nomination for House District 71, and I would like to give you some background on myself. I am 58 years old, and I am happily married to my wife Teresa of 32 years. I have 4 children. I have lived in Clark County my entire life, minus my military service. I am an Air Force and Navy veteran. I served in Iraq in 2005. I'm an IT professional and have been for 30 years. To sum up the reason I'm running for office, it's honesty, integrity, and liberty. I believe that we should require a higher standard from our elected officials. They should be honest with us. If you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an honest answer. If I don't know the answer to that question, I'm going to honestly tell you I don't know. I don't know everything. I believe that when a politician tells you they're going to do something, they should do it. That's integrity, doing the right thing when no one else is looking. Liberty. The reason that we need people in office like myself is to protect your liberty. The purpose, as the framers and founders laid out for our government, is to ensure your liberty. The government has overstepped its boundaries in the last several years. During COVID, our governor acted in a tyrannical fashion. As a Republican, I will say that. The law that he used to exercise those extra constitutional powers should be struck from the books, and it will be one of the first things that I do as an elected official is to move forward legislation to strike that down so that no future governor can interfere with your ability to worship, to work, or to live your life as you see fit. I'm a Second Amendment supporter. I regularly carry. I believe that the Indiana's red flag law is unconstitutional in that it allows the seizure of a person's property without a warrant, which violates the Fourth Amendment. I'm looking forward to your support. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at the social media that was shown on the screen at the beginning of this. And as our future president and fellow political dissident has famously said, let's go Brandon.
Hi folks, my name is Steve Burks. It's been my privilege to have served as your Floyd County Treasurer over the last 4 years. And I'm running for re-election, and I'd appreciate your vote. I believe that great counties are made up of great people, and well, I've served some of the best here in Floyd County. We have taken the time to try to run the office with efficiency by implementing new software, looking at our staffing, and most of all trying to be courteous to anybody who comes in our office. While paying taxes is not the most pleasant thing in the world, we try to make it as least painful as we possibly can. So this coming May, in the primary, I'd appreciate your vote. And of course, in November, I'd appreciate your vote again. Again, my name is Steve Burks. I'm running for Floyd County Treasurer's Office for re-election, and I appreciate your support. Hope you have a great day.
Good afternoon, Floyd County residents. My name is Greg Roughton. I am your current coroner for Floyd County, and I am wishing to be your 2024 coroner for another 4 years. A little bit about myself. My education background is a bachelor's in nursing. I've got a master's in nursing education. I am also a sexual assault nurse examiner. I also am a state certified microlegal death investigator, and I'm also a certified legal nurse consultant. I specialize in sexual assault, strangulation, and gunshot wounds. I work at Norton Healthcare. I've been there for almost 30 years now, working as an RN, in the pediatric world, in the ER world, and in the adult world, ER to VA at times. Right now, for the last 15 years, I have been a director of forensics for all of Norton Healthcare, which is 13 facilities and 230 doctor's offices across the Kentuckiana area. What that does, it gives me the ability and learning to be a great coroner. In the microlegal death investigation areas, we have to take a 40-hour class and renew every 2 years with another 16 hours worth of accreditation. So in my line of work, I see a lot of injuries consistent with different things, trauma being the major one. As a coroner and as a nurse, it helps me being able to diagnose and discuss and figure out what happened to your loved one. The coroner's role is to learn the cause and manner of death. Those are our two main things in that world. It is not a great world at times. We work 24/7, 365 a year. We're on call at any moment in time. Same as the hospital nurse, we're on call 24/7 almost also. A lot of the things that we do in the coroner's office is all about you. It's about your loved ones. We want to make sure your time is valuable and you make sure that everything is down to the way you want it and the way they want it. We come in at the world's worst times, and that's what we're here for. I have a staff of 4 more. I've got 2 other RNs, a mortician, and a firefighter. We all provide that compassionate service to everyone, every day, all the time. We do try to get to a scene within 30 to 45 minutes. That's one of the things that I had made happen since I started. The other major thing that we did is I computerized all of our records. So every death record is in a computer system within the Floyd County system. So it's not a box of paper no more. And it's been very helpful across the lines by doing that. Our relationships is great in the community. We work with all the different law enforcements, funeral homes, prosecutor's office, fire departments, and any other agency that needs our attention. Really work really good with the health department also, because the health department is where you get your death certificates at. We also have a county-wide Floyd County website, and on that website you can go to the coroner's page. On the coroner's page, it has a lot of frequently asked questions about death, and we keep building on that, so that will start you as far as what you need to know about death. One of the biggest things that we're continuing doing is our relationships with the community. We grow every day, we talk to people every day, and we just want to make sure everybody is taken care of. That is the main job of the coroner's office. A lot of people think it's just you walk into the room and take care of them. No, we do the cause and manner of death, like I said before. And sometimes an investigation can take 3 hours, and sometimes it can take 3 months. It depends on what it is. I have provided that service multiple times over the last three and a half years. I've probably had over 250 individual cases. I've overseen over 851 cases across the county with my deputies. We are there to help you. I am asking for your vote in the primaries and in the end of the year to continue to be your Floyd County coroner. It is a great job. I love helping people, and I want to continue to helping people. So please vote. Please get out there and vote, and please vote for me. Thank you.
Hello, my name is John Schellenberger, a candidate for Floyd County Commissioner District 2. I represent Greenville and Lafayette Townships. My wife Anita and I have been married for 47 years. We have 2 grown married daughters, Jill and Julie, and 3 grandchildren. We are active members at St. Mary's Catholic Church in Ableton. I'm a telecommunications engineer and project manager, retired from AT&T after 30 years. I'm a local beekeeper with a passion for the little honeybee, a member of the Spring Valley Beekeepers that meet at Tunnel Hill Christian Church. I serve as president of the Beekeepers of Indiana with over 2,000 members. In 2019, we worked with our local senator and Representatives Ed Clare and Karen Engelman to pass legislation protecting beekeeping in Indiana. I am a champion for broadband, working with Mainstream and Spectrum to bring this service to over 3,500 homes and businesses. We have $600,000 earmarked for 2024 to bring broadband to the remaining unserved and underserved areas in Floyd County. This year we are investing over $1.2 million in paving projects and are improving our recycling services that will improve our environment. We just signed a contract for countywide animal control. As Commissioner, I've been focused on public safety. Fire protection, EMS service, and police protection make up a three-legged stool. If any of these legs fall short, public safety is threatened. Our 800 meg radios for county police and fire departments have been upgraded for better communications. We have merged Lafayette and Greenville fire districts into Highlander Fire District, a merger that is bringing increased efficiency of resources and a more effective fire district with improved fire and EMS coverage. As an active member of the EMS Advisory Board, I reviewed and analyzed data from over 3,000 EMS dispatch reports. Data indicated response times and quality of care from our current EMS provider needed further examination. These findings led to the purchase of 2 additional ambulances to enhance the Highlander Fire District's EMS coverage. They are also central to the current discussion on Floyd County's future ambulance service. Should it be contractor-based, county-based, or a fire-based service? Last July, we celebrated the grand opening of Nova Park, the county's innovation and technology park in Georgetown. Redwire, formerly TechShot, was announced as the anchor tenant. Redwire will keep these high-paying jobs in Floyd County. It's estimated that Nova Park will create 400 STEM jobs. Retaining young people and their talents and attracting businesses are critical investments for the future of Floyd County. As Commissioner and member of the Redevelopment Commission, this major accomplishment is an investment in Floyd County's future. It's truly sad that there are some residents and some politicians who do not understand that private investments follow public investments. Nova Park will be a voting center in May, so please vote and see Nova Park for yourself. Property adjacent to Nova Park has been purchased with plans to develop a regional park with trails and ball fields for HYR and Floyd Knobs Little League. We also plan to relocate the 4-H fairgrounds to this area as well. And finally, during the pandemic, I served as Commissioner's point of contact, working with the Health Department to set up the vaccination site at IUS. Once the vaccine was available, I worked every day at the drive-thru, registering people for vaccinations regardless of weather or season. And I have probably already met many of you. I want to thank WNAS for this opportunity, and I thank you for your time. I ask for your vote as we continue to move Floyd County forward. Remember, look for the longest name on the ballot, John J. Schellenberger, Commissioner. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Jason Sharp, and since May of 2023, it has been my honor to serve as your District 3 Floyd County Commissioner. Floyd County is a very special place, and my family is proud to call it our home. It's more than just a bedroom community of the metropolitan area. We have our own unique character, heritage, and identity. That also means the needs of our citizens are diverse. Some of them are happy to live a city life, and some move outwards into the county to escape it. Regardless of which zip code that you call home here in Floyd County, our residents expect award-winning schools, responsible government that is both effective and efficient, and the assurance that our growth is managed and balanced. Outside of my role as County Commissioner, I've been a professional first responder for 30 years. My journey began by serving 6 years in emergency medical services, and for the last 24 years, I've been a professional firefighter. Currently, I serve as the Deputy Chief of Administration for the Jeffersonville Fire Department. My responsibilities include generating policies and procedures and managing personnel issues. My years of first-hand emergency services experience has given me an unmatched perspective. I'm quick to recognize hazards, establish priorities, and then formulate a plan to solve the problem. As your Commissioner, I have led the charge in updating our animal care and control ordinance. Working together with local animal control professionals and rescue groups, this much-needed update ensures that the animals of Floyd County will be treated with care and compassion. Our actions have already increased response times, established a new animal care and control board, and have saved our taxpayers tens of thousands of dollars. We have also restructured our health department board of directors and associated ordinances to ensure they are compliant with state law. This restructuring ensured that voices that may have been underserved during recent health crises will now be heard in the future. Some of the projects I'm currently working on include reimagining our county administrative and judicial center, upgrading community park, and planning for the new regional park, finding ways to widen and pave our roads, and enhancing all of our emergency services to ensure that our first responders have the tools, training, and equipment to successfully accomplish their missions. Floyd County needs a commissioner that is not afraid to make difficult decisions, yet understands the importance of communication and collaboration. Someone that has the knowledge and experience to see things through. Working to improve the quality of life in Floyd County is more than a punchline. It is a deep commitment to solving issues that affect all of our lives. Great things are happening in Floyd County, and we're just getting started. I appreciate your time and consideration as we continue moving Floyd County forward. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dale D.M. Bagshaw. I'm running for the office of County Council at Large for Floyd County. I'm going to do something a little different today. I'm going to read my submission to the News and Tribune, and then I'll make a few comments at the end. Dale Bagshaw announces his 24 re-election bid as Floyd County Councilman at Large. He believes your vote for him will help keep Floyd County moving forward as a dynamic southern Indiana place to live. As a lifelong resident and small business owner in New Albany, I've attended 8 to 10 meetings per month for years. I committed to listening and talking with Floyd County officials and residents, which kept me proactively involved in what's going on in our community. I did this long before I was a county councilman. I'll continue working with all three commissioners, the executive branch of the county, and council members. One priority is funding county public safety, police, fire, and fire department and EMS. First responders are basic needs for any community. Other important projects are the new animal control agreement and capital projects like roads and bridges, Nova Park, and a proposed regional park in Georgetown. First elected in 2016, I currently serve on boards of the Community Action of Southern Indiana, CASI, Purdue Extension, the Farm Bureau Board, Local Youth Shelter Board, and now Floyd County Soil and Water Board and the Legacy Foundation of Floyd County. Previously, I have kept the pulse on the community by joining boards at New Albany's Prosser Vocational Educational Center, Friends of Division Street School, and the County Planning Commission. Collaboration and fiscal responsibility in government are important attributes that I have pushed, are important attributes as councilman. So as I've pushed to remodel the Floyd County Jail to alleviate making it compliant with codes and guidelines in support of fair wages, I voted for salary study leading to actions that increase the non-union employees' pay. I've been involved in the Legacy Foundation, creating a funding source for capital projects and philanthropic projects, recognizing that spiritual guidance can produce greater unity and outcome. I encourage my fellow council members to pass a resolution to begin each meeting with an invocation. Looking to the future needs of Floyd County, I would like to see a new Justice Center, County Courthouse, or at least a renovation of the existing and neglected 60-year-old building so it's a safer, ADA compliant, and accessible to all. Active in leadership at my local church, I've been married to my wife Sharon for 42 years. I participate in the lives of my children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren with the motto, "Life is good." When re-elected, my goal is to responsibly vote to fund Floyd County with the resources give residents a great place to live safely, grow families, work locally, and thrive as a community. Okay, it is true. I'm a lifelong resident of New Albany, Floyd County. I still attend 6 to 8 public meetings a month. The question is often asked, why are you running? That is an appropriate question to ask a candidate. I ran for public office because I came to the point in my life where I decided instead of complaining all the time, I'd get involved in the process. And I like serving the community, the citizens of this community. I have always and continue to try and promote cooperation and collaboration between local units of government, including the county council with the county commissioners and even the county government to city government. Floyd County is the second smallest county in Indiana. Therefore, in my opinion, we should all work together for the betterment of all citizens of our county. There are big issues going forward for our county. EMS, the need to remodel or build a new judicial center / government center, which I believe should be downtown. I would like to be a part of these projects. It is true that I live by the motto, life is good. Please vote for me, Dale D.M. Bagshaw, for county council at large. Together, I think we could make a difference in our community for the betterment of all. God bless, and God bless America.
My name is Matt Millies, and I'm running for Floyd County Council. I'm a financial advisor and a businessman committed to fiscal responsibility. My wife Sarah and I have lived here in Georgetown for over 12 years, and I am proud to call Georgetown home for my Edward Jones office. I have a deep-rooted passion for serving our community. I am the current president of the Rotary Club of New Albany. I am chairman of the Floyd Memorial Foundation. I'm on the board of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Kentuckiana, and I'm on the IUS School of Business Board of Advisors. I believe in building a future for our community that focuses on our financial prosperity, our health and well-being, and our youth. I believe that the future for Floyd County has never been brighter, but we are just getting started and there's much work yet to be done. Finally, I believe that my financial background and my business acumen make me well suited for the Floyd County Council. My name is Matt Millies. I'm running for Floyd County Council. I'm a financial advisor and a businessman committed to fiscal responsibility, and I humbly ask for your vote.
Hello, my name is Mark Carmichael, and I'm running for the United States Senate from Indiana. I grew up in the Muncie area. I went to Delta High School, a small high school outside of Muncie, where I was fortunate enough to play football, baseball, basketball, ran a little track, although I was the slowest guy on the track team. I was then fortunate enough to go to Notre Dame on a scholarship from Delaware County, and I enjoyed my 4 years there. And then I ended up working for Notre Dame for another 4 years before moving back to the Muncie area with my wife and young children. In 1986, I decided to run for the Indiana House of Representatives. My opponent in that election was the Republican Speaker of the Indiana House. This was a race no one thought I could win, but I did. And so I got myself a cheap little brochure, and in July of that election year, I started going door to door by myself in the heat with the dogs and everything else that comes with going door to door. But I kept at it, night after night, week after week, on into September, October. Before long, I had friends and family joining me and lots of teachers. And on election night, we beat the Speaker of the House in his hand-drawn district by 18 points. That was the beginning. I enjoyed my time in the Indiana legislature. When I went in, I was in the minority and learned how to work with Republicans to get things done for Delaware County. I was then appointed to the House Ways and Means Committee, where I learned to put budgets together on time, and again, working with Republicans to get things done. And if I'm elected to the Indiana Senate, that's the same way I'd like to conduct myself. Across the aisle, making friends, making your case for your issues, and getting things done for Indiana. One of the reasons I'm running is because I have 4 granddaughters. And after the Roe v. Wade decision, my granddaughters don't have the same rights that their mothers and their grandmothers have. And I'm mad about that. So I'm doing this for my granddaughters and for everyone's granddaughters. And I'm also hoping to cut down on gun violence. I'd like to ban the sale of assault weapons. I'd like to attack climate change so that it's not too hot to live here. And I'd also like to work on foreign affairs so that we continue to help our friends in the Ukraine and democracies around the world. Democracies are fragile, and if we don't work at it, they can fail. We had 96 democracies around the world not too many years ago. We're down to 90. It's not easy, but we can do it if we try. Again, I'm running for the United States Senate. I would appreciate your support, and if I go to Washington, I'm going to go in a manner like Congressman Lee Hamilton and Senator Richard Lugar and make you proud of me. Thank you very much.
I'm Tim Peck, and I'm running for U.S. Congress to represent Indiana 9 and to represent all of you, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or a Libertarian or an Independent. I live in rural Clark County in New Washington on a 40-acre farm with my wife and 18-year-old son. I'm also an emergency physician and a business leader, and so I know what hard work is. I also know that when I treat my patients, I don't ask them if they're a Democrat or a Republican before giving them care. I simply care for them because they're people who are in need. When I was training to become a doctor, I was privileged to serve during the Boston Marathon bombings. 23 people came into my emergency department that day, and we saved every one of their lives. Through that experience, I gained a deeper love for our country because I worked alongside of other Americans who were fighting terrorism. And I did the work that was required of us, never once considering one another's political party. Again, we were Americans serving Americans. We're living in one of the most divided times in our country. I'm here at New Albany High School, and I think about the students here who were born during a time where division started in our country through Obamacare. And since then, they have never lived in a regular time, in a normal time. Before that, our president, after 9/11, George Bush, had over a 90% approval rating. Can you imagine that today? Before that, Bill Clinton and the Republicans worked together to balance the budget. In the 80s, Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill worked together, yet disagreed greatly, but got work done. And then think about what happened with Lyndon Johnson in the 60s. He worked across the aisle with Republicans and made it so that every American citizen over 65 who is disabled or who lives below the poverty line was insured for their health care. It's an incredible feat that our American society has done together. So how do we get back there? In 2015, I started treating some of our society's most vulnerable patients, those people in nursing homes. And in order to understand this population, I lived in a nursing home for 3 months. I eventually made a telemedicine company that treated these patients 24/7. And what that did is it increased access, it increased quality, and it decreased cost for Medicare by preventing unnecessary hospitalizations. We saved Medicare $100 million, which is what brought me to Washington, D.C. to testify before Congress and act as an expert witness, and then work on the blueprint, the bipartisan blueprint, to bring telemedicine to our country. What I learned to get bills passed when we were doing that work was that if I go into a Democrat's office, I would say, we have this innovation that it's really going to help people. It's also going to save money. And then I'd go into a Republican's office and I said, we have this innovation that's going to save money, and it's also going to help people. And what I learned from that is that much of us believe in the same things. It's only a matter of how we talk about it that can get us to work together. And that unless you do the work, unless you talk to one another, unless you try, you'll never know. The work of being in Congress is to listen to one another, to listen to those on the other side of the aisle, not just to dig our heels in and say it has to be exactly the way I want it, or I won't vote for it. If we did that in our own work, we'd be fired. We as Hoosiers work hard. We study hard. We pay our taxes. And we exercise our precious right to vote. And we should expect more out of the Congress people we elect. I'm a centrist who's willing to work with anyone. I will work for you. I will be fiscally responsible. I will cut fraud, I will cut waste and abuse, and take on corruption in order to help balance the budget and fund the social causes that we care about. We can use the savings from these activities to invest in programs that stimulate our economy and help people, like education for our adults and our children. Universal pre-K is an obvious investment area that allows our workforce to be stronger by getting parents back to work earlier and by enabling our children to be ready for the workforce and achieve the American dream. I also believe we owe our support to those who have supported and worked for us. By that I mean our laborers, our business owners, our teachers, our farmers, our public servants, our veterans, our retired. These people deserve their rights to be protected and respected through strong Social Security programs, proper family and medical leave, organized labor protections, farming subsidies, and estate law taxes that protect our way of life, and a streamlined VA system. And finally, government does not belong in the room with me and my patients when we're making tough medical decisions. Medical decisions like bringing life into this world through IVF, like protecting the life of a person, the life of a mother who might be pregnant, or protecting the body and health of a young woman, of a young girl who's been raped, or telling us who we can and cannot love, or that we can't protect ourselves, or telling me not to prescribe certain medications for patients' pain and suffering. We must work to preserve and restore these rights. I'm Tim Peck, and I'm not the Democrat that you've seen in the news. I'm more like those giants who have held the same congressional seat for decades before us, like Lee Hamilton. And, if elected, I promise to continue to know and do what I know how to do. Work hard and represent all of us, no matter who you are. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Vicki Tenser, and I'm running for Floyd County Treasurer. I have a bachelor's degree in accounting. I'm a small business owner of a tax practice, which I successfully managed for over 30 years. In my professional career, I have worked as a business manager and research administrator for the University of Louisville and within the University of California system. I have extensive experience in fund accounting, government accounting, auditing, taxes, writing grant proposals, and grants administrations. My goals as the Floyd County Treasurer include integrity, collect property taxes and use taxpayers' funds with honesty; accountability, budget and allocate county funds to benefit taxpayers; efficiency, run the Treasurer's office efficiently; reliability, deliver solid financial information for the county commissioners and county council members; knowledge, provide in-depth knowledge of tax laws and filing requirements; service, serve all Floyd County citizens equally and fairly; safety, investing public funds for safety in Floyd County; visibility, providing information and access to use the Treasurer's office. My community service includes Treasurer for the Jefferson Public Library Foundation, Treasurer for Professional Women's Organizations. I'm a former board member of the University of Louisville Athletics Board, and I've held various positions on the University of Louisville's Staff Senate. Thank you for the opportunity to introduce myself to you. Thank you for your vote. I'm Vicki Tenser, and I'm running for Floyd County Treasurer.
Hello, I'm Veronica Combs. I'm running for Floyd County Commission in District 2. District 2 covers Greenville and Floyd's Knobs. I have to live in the district to run for this office, but the whole county votes on commission races. I hope you'll vote for me. The County Commission has a wide range of responsibilities. They maintain our infrastructure like roads and bridges. They provide emergency services like fire protection and EMS. They also appoint people to boards across the county. So it's a big job with a big impact on quality of life. Quality of life is one reason I'm interested in running. I think that affordable housing is very important. If you want to buy a house in Floyd County, you should be able to find one at your price point. I also think that if you're a young person and you finished high school and you don't want to leave to find a job, you should be able to find something here in Floyd County that will support you and your goals. I'm from a rural community that's very similar to Greenville. West Alexandria, Ohio is larger than Greenville but smaller than Georgetown. My family has always been involved in our community. My grandfather was a county commissioner, my dad was on the school board, and my mom was a 4-H advisor. Another reason that I'm running is I believe in transparency in government. Right now, you can watch a lot of Floyd County meetings from the comfort of your sofa via the live stream. That's a really great start. I think we should make it easier for people to understand how government works and how decisions get made and how money gets spent. One way that I have a leg up on the demands of the county commissioner job is that I'm a writer and an editor. One thing that I'm really good at is looking at complex information, diving in, understanding it, identifying the priorities, and then translating that into language everyone can understand, not just a specialist. I've written about business and healthcare and technology for the last 20 years. Right now, I work for a marketing communications company that specializes in quantum technology. Google it if you're curious. What that means is I talk to physicists and computer scientists every day to understand how their work will change things like cybersecurity, data analysis, and even how silicon chips work. So, as I mentioned, good at understanding complex information and translating it. I'm also very good at asking questions. I may not be a small business owner or the pastor of a church, but I'm good at listening, asking questions, sometimes easy questions, sometimes hard questions, and understanding someone's perspective. I think it's important that county government officials think about all the different perspectives in Floyd County and reflect as best you can those priorities in county government decisions. A little bit about me. I have 2 sons. One is in high school and one is in college. My husband is a civil engineer for the Army Corps of Engineers. I have 2 dogs. I like to knit and crochet. I love reading. Our library is so fantastic. I just finished 6 Wakes if you like science fiction. If you'd like to know more about me, visit veronicacombs.com. It's combs like comb your hair. And also another website you should visit is indianavoters.com. If you're not registered to vote, you should be. Your deadline is October 7th for the November election. If you're already registered, you can vote in May, and I hope you will. Voting is a way to support your community and stay engaged. So I really appreciate the chance to be here on WNAS YouTube channel. I hope that you'll watch everyone's video and make a good choice. Combs for Commission. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ellen Morrison Kelly, and I'm running for an at-large seat in on the Floyd County Council. This is my first run for political office, but I have a lifetime of experience in government and social services. I've lived in New Albany most of my life. I'm a product of the New Albany-Floyd County schools. My mom taught English for 20 years in the schools, and I'm a proud graduate of Floyd Central High School. I'm an artist. You may have seen me selling some of my pieces down at the New Albany Farmers Market. I'm a euchre player, a cat parent, I'm a trivia team member with my neighbors, and I run a not-for-profit bookstore. And the profits from those books go to help people with substance use disorder. So first, let's talk a minute about the Floyd County Council and why it's important. Floyd County government provides services and infrastructure for our whole county. The unincorporated cities as well as places like Georgetown and Floyd Knobs. And the members of the Floyd County Council oversee the money, your tax dollars. And so it's important that you vote for someone that is trustworthy, has the best interests of our citizens at heart, but also wants to make Floyd County a better place. So I understand government. I have a political science degree from Indiana University Southeast, and I also have a master's degree in social work. I worked for the Floyd County Redevelopment Commission, the City of New Albany. I've worked in social services for Hope, Southern Indiana. When I worked there, it was called the Interfaith Community Council. For Lifespan, the Area Agency on Aging, and for the last 15 years in community mental health at LifeSpring Health Systems. In 2023, I retired to take care of my husband, who had dementia. Our goal was to have him spend the remaining time in the comfort of his home, and we were able to achieve that. He passed away in May 2023 at home. My volunteer activities include a lot of work in suicide prevention in our community. I'm a founding member of the Floyd and Clark County Suicide Prevention Coalition and a founding member of our loss team. And the loss team visits families after they've had a suicide loss. Also a founding member of a team that supports our first responders who experience major stress as they serve the public. So a vote for me is going to restore integrity in county government. I can assure you that I will make decisions based on what is right and best for our community, not what the special interests have paid for or the powerful have ordered. And my goal is to improve the quality of life in our community. I want to ask for your vote for the Floyd County Council. It's time for a change on our council, and I need to be part of that change. If you would like more information about my platform, please like my Facebook page at Ellen for County Council. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brad Striegel, and I'm running for Floyd County Council. I'm born and raised here in Floyd County. I'm a small business owner. I've been married for 20 years to my wife Hannah, and we have 2 children, a son who is 14 and a daughter who is 12. My goal over the years in serving on the County Council is to find consensus in addressing problems that are facing our community. I'll focus on improving public safety, which is adding more police officers with the Sheriff's Department and working within the county budget to do so. We'll also work with the Highlander Fire District, which merged into one. Lafayette and Greenville Fire Departments merged into Highlander to streamline some services there. Also instrumental in adding additional ambulances, 2 new ambulances to the fire district with federal funding, no additional costs to the taxpayers to enhance our EMS system here in Floyd County. We've also fostered economic growth with the development of Nova Park out in Georgetown. This is a technology park that focuses on STEM jobs, which are science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The Stellar Corporation conducted a study in 2018 here in Floyd County and identified some areas in which we should focus local resources in order to enhance our community. One of those areas is that they identified as we are an aging community. That's the reason for investing into enhancing our EMS system. The other areas are young adults who are going to college. That age group is decreasing and moving back to the area. That's the reason for investing into Nova Park, which is helping do our part to attract them to come back to live in our community. We've also earmarked additional funding for paving and broadband expansion to rural areas of Floyd County. These services are vital for a strong, healthy, and safe community. As Floyd County grows, I remain committed to making smart investments and seeking out grants and other funding opportunities to help keep taxes low. I will prioritize good working relationships with other elected officials and community leaders and use my experience on the council to meet those needs that are facing our community. I believe that the citizens of Floyd County expect their elected officials to put public interest above party and work together. It's been a pleasure serving on the county council over the years. I hope that I've served you well, and I humbly ask for your support and vote for Floyd County Council. Thank you.
My name is Jim Baker. I'm running for Indiana State Representative for District 66. District 66 includes 9 out of 12 townships in Clark County, 2 townships in Jefferson County, that would be Hanover, 2 townships in Scott County, that would be Scottsburg. I've been a resident of Clark County for the last 20 years. Prior to that, I'm a native of New Albany. I went to New Albany High School, stayed at home, went to the University of Louisville, where I received a Bachelor of Music education from the University of Louisville School of Music. During that time, for about 10 years, I was a member of the Louisville Orchestra. So I started out my life as a musician, as a music teacher, but then after 4 years of teaching at Jeff High School, I decided to enter the field of real estate, and that's what I've been doing now for over 40 years. The last 20 of which strictly in commercial real estate. My wife Kim and I own Baker Commercial Real Estate, and we are proud of the success we've had in that company and working with families and businesses for many years now, helping them locate, lease their properties, sell their properties, evaluate their properties. As far as my civic involvement, I have been the president of the Clark County Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals, on which I served for about 10 years. I currently serve as vice president of Clark County Regional Airport Authority. It's also known as the South Central Regional Airport Authority. I've been on that for about 11 years, involved with the Clark County Rotary Club and other numerous civic organizations. I'm proud that I've been able to help my community, and I hope to do so again as state representative. I'm running against an incumbent in the May 7 Republican primary. My values as far as government are a limited government, limited taxation. I'm concerned about property taxes, the impact they have on families and businesses. I'm concerned about inflation. I'm very concerned about the cost of groceries and housing, the lack of affordable housing, good paying jobs. I'm for things that would help families and businesses, and I hope to do a good job if elected. About my family, my wife and I each have 3 children. We now have 17 grandchildren. We're very much family oriented, and I appreciate the fact that I'm a Hoosier. born, raised, and bred here, and just thankful to be part of this community. I ask for your vote. I thank you for listening to me.
Hi there, my name is John Rust, candidate for the United States Senate for the great state of Indiana. I am from Seymour, Indiana. My family has been in the egg business since the 1950s. My dad started selling eggs on the Indianapolis farmers market in the late 1940s out of a back of a pickup truck. He had 2 500-hen chicken houses. He built that business from 2 500-hen chicken houses to over 21 million chickens. That's where we're at today. We produce eggs and sell eggs all across the United States. So when I got into this race, I thought, well, this is going to be, wonderful. The Republican Party and, the state of Indiana would surely welcome someone who is, experienced in business, has met all the qualifications for office. But no, once I got in, I found out I'm up against the insiders. I'm up against the establishment. And so one thing of interest in my race specifically is the state of Indiana is using what's called the 2 primary rule to keep me off the ballot. As of the time of this videotape, I'm off the ballot, but I believe the Indiana Superior Court in Marion County or the United States Supreme Court in the next few weeks will put me back on the ballot. The United States Supreme Court specifically ruled that Donald Trump could not be removed from the ballot for the presidency because the Constitution specifically says federal candidates cannot be removed by state officials. That's what's happened to me, so I believe I will be back on the ballot. But irregardless of what happens to me, I am fighting to have this law overturned because presently 81% of Hoosiers are banned from running for political office. I think that's wrong. I think everyone who is a registered voter should be able to run for office in Indiana. One interesting thing that is very of interest to me here at a high school is the 2 primary rule works against young people to run for political office. You have to qualify now by running in 2 primaries to be eligible to run for office. For instance, if you're 21 years old, you're able to run for many offices across the state, but the 2 primary rule will not allow you to do that if you live in a rural area. So I'm working to get that changed because I think, you and anyone should be able to run for office. So I'm a Republican. My positions are very conservative. I believe in actually building the border wall. If the border wall gets built, politicians can't campaign on it. I think we have to have, an immigration policy. I think we have to have an immigration policy that makes sense. We have to have real fiscal responsibility. Right now, our budget deficit, right now our debt ceiling is over $34 trillion. Your share as a taxpayer today, as of this filming, is $266,000. It is going up $300 per week all across the United States for every taxpayer. Why is that? It's because career politicians keep kicking the can down the road. But that kicking the can down the road is causing inflation. And inflation impacts us all. We have to have, we have to have a strong currency. We can't let people who have worked their entire lives, who have saved all their lives, have their savings ate up by inflation. That's one of the main reasons I'm running. We just have to get back to basics in Washington, and that's not happening right now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. If you have any questions, please go to my website, rust2024.com. Thank you very much.